All right, today is Sunday. Obviously, markets are closed, and it's been a while since I made a video for this channel. So I figured it's a good time to make a video, and I want to specifically talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to talk about Friday's price action, and then respond to an email that I received that I thought was a really good email that quite a few people could benefit from. So let's first start with Friday, and I want to talk about Friday because Friday was such a tough day, price action wise. So for those of you who might not trade the Nasdaq or forgot what Friday was like, let me just show you a 15-minute chart from Friday. So this is 9:30 Eastern. That's when U.S. session opens. Um, and I think most of you know that I prefer to trade the first hour to hour and a half of the session open. I do not like the lunchtime. So it's like 9:30 maybe to 10:30, 11, and then maybe after 2 p.m. But the whole time between 11 and 2 p.m., I don't like it. Gets choppy, unpredictable, lower participation. Don't like it. So this was the price action when the market opened on Friday. Choppy, like a 50, 60 point range, back and forth, very difficult to trade. Now, those of you who are part of my group, you guys know that in the trade indications channel on Friday, I was basically saying that above 530, Nasdaq is stronger, but even above 490, the area between 490 and 530 was what I called in the live room neutral slash bullish, meaning that if you are truly a conservative trader, you wait for price to get above 530. If you're more adventurous and price is between 490 and 530, you are still looking for long trades. Below 490 is a whole different ball game. Then things turn bearish. But anything over 490, if you're looking for setups, they should be long setups. So, coming into Friday, I need to think of my plan as far as Cosmik. And in Cosmik, I basically have two or three brick sizes that I like: 8.3, 12.4, and 16.4. I'm talking about King Renko brick sizes. So if it's a tight range, I prefer 8.3. If the volatility is nice, big swings, then 12.4 or 16.4. I was looking at 8.3. Now, why? How did I know? Quote, no, because nobody knows. But why did I favor the possibility? I think it's a better way of putting it. Favor the possibility of it being a range bound market. So let me share this with you. If you look at the previous day, when you are preparing for the current day, right? So if we go like this, right? We don't know what's going to happen. It's about to be 9:30. What is the probability of the market being tight and range bound as opposed to the probability of the market having big, wide swings? So let me show you this. So this is Thursday morning, the previous day, right? In preparation for Friday, I am looking at Thursday. I am looking at the previous day. What do I see again in the first hour and a half of trading? I see tight range, I see back and forth action. When I prepare for the upcoming day, I look at the previous day to try and identify the likelihood of what kind of a market are we going to have. Do I know it for a fact that that day that's coming up is going to be exactly like the previous day? Of course not. First of all, nothing is ever exact. Forget about that. But beyond that, all I'm trying to do is to gain an edge. Now, more than 50% of the time, the current day will have at least some characteristics of the previous day. Let me make it very clear. I'm not looking for identical price action, and I'm not looking for quote for sure. There is no for sure, right? I have no crystal ball. My crystal ball is broken. I have no special knowledge about what's going to happen in the future. But I do know that there is better than 50% chance that the current day will have some characteristics of the previous day. Based on that, based on that, I choose the 8-3 bar for today. So that's the first part. How do I identify a bar? Now for 8-3, my settings in Cosmik are slightly different. For 8-3, all I change are these two numbers. Default settings are 30 and 60, and I put here 25 and 50. Because it's a smaller brick size, it just requires these two variables, from my experience, to be slightly smaller. So 25 and 50 as opposed to 30 and 60. Now, so that's kind of the background. Now, the market opens. What am I looking for? If you recall, the plan for the day that I put in trade indications and in the live room at 8 a.m., so an hour and a half before the market opens, I said above 490 and especially above 530, I am looking for long setups. Price is above 490. Okay? I'm looking for long setups as the market opens. First setup is a short setup. So let me now again kind of say this. If this is the approach you're going to have, which I recommend, two things might happen. First, you're going to stand aside and watch a signal that you cannot take, in this case a short signal because we're looking for long trades, become a winning trade. That's one thing. It's going to happen. The other thing that will happen at some point is that while you wait for the long trade and then a long trade shows up, it is a losing long trade. So you stood aside on a signal that you could not take, which would have been a winning trade, and you get into a trade that you should take and it becomes a losing trade. This will happen. That is trading. There is no avoiding losing trades, no matter what you do. There is no avoiding. There is one way to avoid losing trades. There is actually, I'm sorry. There is one way to avoid losing trades. Don't trade. If you don't trade, you will not have losing trades. Guaranteed. Beautiful. Okay. In any case, here is a short signal I cannot take, so I stand aside here. I wait. No long signal here. Bullish, but nope. No long signal. Here it is. Here is my beauty. Here is my long signal. So, I was looking for long trades. I suspected the market was going to be tight and range bound because the day before was tight and range bound. So I chose an 8-3 bar with the settings that I showed. I watched a short signal probably work out. I'm sure there is 5 points here. Another thing I forgot to mention, in case this is the first time you see a video of mine, I strongly recommend for newer traders, go for $100 per one E-mini contract. That's it. Be done. Get consistent. See if you can get consistent at $100 a day. Sounds easy. It's not. It's not. See if you can stop trading after you achieve $100 a day. So, let go of this short, took this long, easy 5 points. Easy 5 points. Done. I am done. Let's say I'm not done. Let's say I missed it. Let's say whatever happened, I'm not done. Well, now things get difficult. Again, not participating in a short trade. Do I have 5 points here? Maybe I do. I think I do actually. It would have been a winning trade. Let's say it was a winning trade, but I cannot participate in it because I'm not looking for short trades at this point because price is still above 490. Here comes the long trade, and that's what I'm talking about. This long trade is a loser. It is. It's a losing long trade. I was looking for longs. I did everything right, but this is still a losing trade. Okay, not taking the short, not taking the short. Probably in this case avoiding a loss, maybe. Again, I'm not sure if there is 5 points here. Here comes a long. I do get 5 points here for sure. Um, this I'm not sure. Let's call it a losing trade. You might have 5 points here. It depends how you get filled. Maybe you get 5 points here. Otherwise, it's a losing trade. Um, Here comes a short, which is just a beautiful winning trade. But I'm looking for longs. Here is the long. Boom. Nice long trade. Makes up the loss that you had. And again, obviously, depending on your money management, right? So that's a whole different thing. Depends on the money management that you employ. This could have made up the loss that you had. Again, not participating in the short, avoiding this losing trade. Here comes another beauty of a long. Nice long. Now remember, I want to be done. I want to be done between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. I want to be done. So I should have been done on that first long. I'm just saying, let's say somehow I didn't catch it, then I did get in a bit of a trouble with one or two losing trades, should have made them up. And now here comes another one, another long trade that does not work out, but that's all right. Still looking for longs. This long is a winner. Not participating in the short, beautiful short trade. I'm really am looking to be done now. Looking at the time, I'm really saying to myself, maybe one more and I should be done no matter the outcome. I should be okay here. But even if I'm not, I want to be done. And with this one here, I am done. That's it. So Friday was very tough. If you can survive a day like Friday, you're going to do very well on days when when there is more volatility in the market. I know, as I said, there is a way with certain probability to kind of forecast what kind of action we have based on the previous day. As I showed, Thursday was also very range bound. So coming into Friday, I suspected it would be range bound, and that's why I just wanted to be done after the first opportunity. And the first opportunity, if we again kind of go back, this is 9:30. Letting go of the short, not taking the short. This long right here. This should have been it. This should have been that. That's how important it is, especially when you know that there is a decent probability that you're going to be in a very choppy environment. So that's the first part. I just wanted to instead I much rather talk about tough days than talk about easy days, right? When things are trending and moving, it's easy and the signals are great and there is no issue. I much rather spend some time and talk about tough days when there are some losing signals, no matter what you do, and then how you would kind of handle it. So I hope that helped. Now I want to talk about the email that I got. All right, so here is the email that I received. I'm not going to mention names, obviously, it's not the point. I do think there are some things I want to talk regarding this email because I received a number of variations of this kind of an email in the past. So he goes, I have purchased quite a few of your indicators. While they look to have quite potential, there is a major flaw in your deliverance. When you explain the nuts and bolts, you always mention that this is customizable and optimizable. You need to have a detailed video where you actually show in detail with playback how the customization and optimization can actually work. Because believe me, I have tried and it does not in my hands. If you want people to continue purchasing your product, you have to have excellent support, but you don't. Excellent support, you at least have to show step by step how to customize and optimize and get better results. So, all right, let's talk about this. All right, so let's see. First things first. I am not the developer of the indicators that I show in the videos. I am not the company owner. I am not the CEO. I am not the programmer. I am just a guy who trades these products. I am a trader, and that's what I do. I trade. I partnered up with Ninja back last summer because I happen to think that they have excellent products, and I just wanted to be part of it. But in no way am I the owner of the company, or, I mean, these are not my products, and I did not code these indicators. So just to be sure, because maybe I don't mention it, and maybe people think somehow this is mine. This is not mine. Um, Ninjaco gives me these products so I can promote their uh, their products, their indicators. So that's with that. But let's get to the more important part of this question, um, the customization. So in Cosmik, for example, one of the reasons I like Cosmik is because it has many settings that could be adjusted. And the reason that's important is because, first of all, not every market is the same. You cannot compare NASDAQ to bonds, for example, right? It's difficult to compare, especially lately, the euro, which has been hardly moving, maybe to something like RTY or again the NASDAQ, right? These are very different markets, and every market needs its own settings in whatever indicator you have. I'm using Cosmik here because this is a Cosmik channel, but it doesn't have. It could be anything. The point is, a really good product will have many settings that could be adjusted. So I showed already that for the 8.3 brick size for the NASDAQ, only thing I changed were these two settings here. Because 8.3 is a pretty small brick size, but the same exact settings, if we change the brick size to maybe 16.4, which is another brick size that I use when things are really moving. So with 16.4, the settings would not be appropriate, right? We can see it's just no signals, and right on a 16.4 brick size, the 8.3 settings simply don't work. So we need to adjust them. We need to adjust these settings to what? I don't have it right now, but I can kind of guess just from working with this indicator. For example, what if we do maybe 60 here and 90 here, because I just need more room for this bar to move, right? So again, I don't know the results, but we see how now we're getting some signals at least, right? So at least this is slightly better, right? So I don't want to dwell on this too much, but my point here is that don't be afraid to do your own work. And I spoke about this before. This is not meant to be insulting. I would never insult anyone. Everything I do, I try to be constructive. Um, I can tell you that, as you know, 97% of retail traders lose money. Um, Probably less than 3% can actually make consistent income from this business. So, what you need to ask yourself is what separates you? Why should you be part of the 2 or 3%? What is it that's special about you? And more than that, um, you are trying to beat more than 97% of retail traders. In order to succeed, where 97% fail, you have to be willing to do the work that 97% is not willing to do. Please understand, I have no special insight. I have no way of predicting where a signal is gonna land and appear. I have no way of knowing at any given point what the market is going to do in the next 20 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 hours. It's all trading is a game of probability. So you take your time in the evening before the upcoming day when you're going to trade, let's say this indicator or any indicator, um, and you just do what I just did. You pick a brick size, maybe look at the day before, see how this brick size behaved the day before, the day that just ended. When you prepare for the next day, see how this brick size behaves, and then play with the settings. You're not going to break the indicator, right? Don't be afraid to play with the settings. I have no special knowledge. That's exactly what I do. I sit down and I play with different settings and different brick sizes. And then of course, the key for me is my plan that I share. That's just that is the foundation, because all things being equal, I much rather be looking for long trades in a strong market and short trades in a weak market. In other words, I much rather buy strength and sell weakness. If you just do that, I mean, forget indicators. If you just do that, if you look to buy strength and sell weakness, you'll be shocked how your trading will improve. If you start having a bias, if you say, you know what, the market is stronger based on whatever, it doesn't have to be what I do, based on anything that you do, you say this market is stronger, I'll be looking for long trades. Or this market is weaker, I'll be looking for short trades. Um, that is actually more important than the settings. The settings do play a role, and I just gave you one idea of how to do it. If you just um, play with these two top numbers with Cosmik. Now this is about Cosmik, but again, every indicator, especially Ninjaco indicators, they're pretty big on um, giving customization opportunities. So Cosmik, I think, is very special because it has a lot of things that you can customize. But even if you just start with these two, just these two settings here, if you start with that, you'll be able to really dial in as much as possible, given the fact that we are dealing with the unknown. Um, just this two in combination with, like I said, market strength and market weakness will already improve things for you. So yeah, I just because sometimes I get the feeling that people think I have some kind of a special something. I don't have special anything. I am no different. I am, I always say, I am never the smartest guy in the room. Never, never. What I am is no one is going to outwork me. I will do whatever it takes. I will skip food. I will skip sleep. Uh, I will do whatever it takes, and that's maybe is the only difference. Um, Other than that, I don't know what to tell you regarding customization. It's just, again, I just, I don't even know if this is the best settings. I tried something here, um, and for the long side for Friday, it would have worked, but you can make it a lot better than that. Just take the time and and try different things. Again, I don't want to repeat myself too much here. You cannot break the indicator, okay? Try different settings. Worst comes to worst, you try 40 things and 38 of them are no good. But the two that are might make the difference between a winning day and a losing day. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you in Discord. You can make a comment under this video. You can make a comment in Discord, of course, in the public channel, and I will respond. And of course, you can email me. Have a great rest of your day.